How you doing? My name is Jake and you're watching Fighter Fans TV. On today's video, we're going to be talking about Michael Chandler and the fact that he said he might be the one to bring Khabib out of retirement. It's a pretty bold thing for the former Bellator lightweight to say. Of course, he came in back in January. He had his debut in the UFC where he pretty handily TKO'd Dan Hooker. It was a good fight. He just walked straight in. Chandler just walked straight in. He had no jitters. He had no, moving up that level from Bellator to the UFC. There was no sort of rust. There was no sort of fear in there. He was not nervous at all. He just walked straight in. Pow. He did extremely well. He's now regarded as one of the top lightweights in the company. Ironically, before really fighting anyone, but he's up there, and he's apparently going to be fighting Justin Gaethje next. But Michael Chandler did say, look, give me some time. I might be the person to bring Khabib out of retirement. He just needs to prove. I mean, he is a proven wrestler. He's very good at grappling on the ground. He said, look, I just need to show people like Khabib, people like the UFC, that I can dominate on the floor. And that's what Khabib, in terms of opponents, has been missing. Great for him, obviously, great for Khabib. You don't want a quality wrestler to take you down if that's your main skill set. I mean, you just need to have a look at what Islam's doing recently. I mean, he is taking people down to the floor and he's keeping them there. He's just completely in utter dominance from these guys over in Russia. It used to be, if you're American, you used to have that amateur wrestling background, used to be really solid. I mean, back in the early days of UFC, you'd see people taking guys down left, right and centre, but they couldn't do anything on the floor. The difference is these guys over at Russia, guys that are training over there with Khabib, guys that are bringing out this real quality. They're not only taking guys down, but they're submitting them on the floor. They're dominating them on the floor. You don't get any space. You get taken down, stifled up against the cage, stifled on the floor. You can't do anything about it. So the question is Michael Chandler going to be the guy to bring Khabib out of retirement? I feel like all I write about and all I talk about these days, working in MMA, is Khabib. Is he going to come out of retirement? I said yesterday he's not in the pound for pound rankings. He is. Apologies, I thought he wasn't. He is still in the pound for pound rankings. He is still the lightweight champion of the world, but he keeps saying he's retired. If you're retired, then you're retired. Obviously, Dana White is going to try and milk this for as long as possible, because the more interesting you keep your divisions, the more interesting the product is overall. And the UFC lightweight division, as I've said before, is the top division in mixed martial arts. There's nowhere else that's anywhere near as competitive. But I don't know if Mike Chandler's going to be the guy to push on and really bring, say, Khabib out of retirement. I mean, if he's going to do it, if he's going to be the guy to do it, it's probably going to take, what, a year and a half, 2 years? Is Khabib going to want to fight in 2 years? I'm not sure. And that's not a knock on Mike Chandler. He's just got to prove himself in the UFC. He's proved himself in Bellator. He did extremely well against Dan Hooker. It's not his fault that the UFC took too long to sign him, frankly. But he's now got to go at least another 2 or 3 fights, because he's going up against Justin Gaethje next. That's the rumour. The rumour is it's Mike Chandler versus Justin Gaethje. So Chandler's got to go in there, dominate Gaethje. If he goes in there and completely dominates him on the ground and knocks him out, submits him, not even early, he goes 5 rounds in the main event and he does extremely well. Yeah, he might get a lightweight title shot. Charles Oliveira, he might get a shot against him. He might get a shot at the winner of Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. The problem is, with the lightweight division, you don't know who's going to fight who. It's the most stacked division in the world, as I've said. But there's no sort of, you get the rankings, but to be fair, if Conor McGregor wants to fight a Dustin Poirier, who he just lost to, granted it's now 1-1, but he just lost to him. If Conor McGregor wants to fight someone, you're Dana White, you give Conor McGregor that fight, because Conor McGregor is the cash cow. Conor McGregor is the money in that lightweight division. I mean, the biggest fight for Khabib, if he returned, would be McGregor versus Khabib. It's not even a case of what the purists want. It's a case of what makes the most amount of money at this point in time right now. And the fight that makes the most amount of money is Khabib versus McGregor. And Khabib is not going to come out of retirement to face a man that he's already beaten. And he beat handily. Let's face it, he beat him handily. And Dustin Poirier showed, look, McGregor on stand-up, he couldn't beat him with his stand-up. And that's what McGregor is known for. And Poirier just went like, you're not going to beat me. You're not going to beat me standing up. I'll leg kick you to the end of the earth. And I will stop that left hand from doing any sort of damage. So, just in summary, do I think Mike Chandler's going to be the one to pull Khabib out of retirement? I don't think he is. But that's not a knock on Chandler. It's just he's going to take 2 or 3 fights to get to a level where he can really call out Khabib, and it could potentially be something that happens. And that's 2 years down the line, probably, if you think people, say, even fought every 6 months. He's still got to win 2 or 3 fights. He's still got to get to the point where he's the lightweight champion of the world. And by the time he does that, either Khabib's going to have come back already and fought Poirier, McGregor, Oliveira, or someone else, or he's going to say, I'm fully retired. He's going to be like, I'm done. So I don't think it's going to happen for Chandler, but I'm not saying he's not going to have a fantastic career in the UFC, because he's obviously a quality fighter, but he's not going to be the one to pull Khabib out of retirement. So thank you very much for watching right here on Fighter Fans TV. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to do the thumbs up. Again, you can do this one, but why? It's bad. Don't do it. Do this one, thumbs up. Hit the little notification bell so you know each and every time we release a brand new video on the channel. Thanks.